What's going on? Check it out. I've been seeing, like, been going back, kind of looking at some older movies, and I've been seeing the predictive programming was in, like, look, Die Hard with the Vengeance uh has the whole, like, look, it's basically 9/11. What they did, they claimed that there was a terrorist attack, but really they were robbing another place at the same freaking time, and they used the obvious false flag as a way to cover up a robbery, and there was gold that went missing from the Pentagon or something that day. So it's in Die Hard 3, like, it's laid right out in it. There's a bunch of little clues in there. Let me think. Lethal Weapon. The other day we were watching that, the first one, and they say about Mel Gibson, they were like, "Oh, you were in Project Phoenix." And we looked up the Phoenix Project, and it was about in Vietnam. They had these they were engaged in terrorization against the Viet Cong, and it was an American program. And basically, our whole drug war on terrorism, fusion centers, uh, and them bringing in the drugs and then busting for people for drugs and throwing them into prison for it. I mean, it's all tied in together. This Phoenix program with gang stalking, with freaking like COINTELPRO. This is all like the same type of. It's just like, look, it's all the same operation, but they use all kinds of different code names to make it appear as if they're different operations, but it's just different aspects of the same main operation, which is to take everyone, world domination, dude, total totalitarianism. Uh, but that was a couple, yeah, a couple freaking whammies just got hit with those two movies. Yeah, you can look that up. Phoenix program. It connects a lot of freaking dots. And then right now, this is in the common vernacular. They're talking about reinstating the Phoenix program. This is some wretched shit. They look. They were doing false flag terrorism. Like, look, by that title, Black Flag Terrorism, false flag terrorism in Vietnam. Our government agencies are shadow government, corporate database groups, mercenaries. Look, uh, different interest, man, from different aspects of different, like, types of military industrial complex areas, and also big business, because big business is who pays the money to make the wars, man. Anyway, and what's crazy about the Phoenix program, they did weird ops, like they basically paid these guys to eat the Viet Cong's livers and eat their heart so they wouldn't have an afterlife. And my grandpa, who was in Vietnam, who told me that they used to shoot mortars in the sky, and then rain would fall like 15 minutes later after they shot these mortars in the sky with salt. He said he stayed on a mountain with some Green Berets, and there was these naked or half naked dudes in loincloths there that were like tribal jungle people, and they were running with the Green Berets to, basically snag people out of the DMZ, and then they would torture them. And this is the Phoenix frickin' program. It's basically the scum of the frickin' earth, like the Dirty Dozen. Let me think. Basically, yeah, a Dirty Dozen, Inglorious Bastards, legit, like they really do this type of stuff, and they are doing it right now. They're just trying to release it to the public for damage control and PR, public relations. They're trying to spin it so it sounds good. It's in your best interest, but it's not. It's total freaking word magic, dude. It's the same old shizzle. It's two wings of the same evil freaking uh, evil bird, man. And that's, it's problem, reaction, solution, masters. It's the Hegelian dialectic. Uh, and that's what it's all about. But it was right out there in plain sight in the movie. And the more of these older movies from the because it's all movies from the with on VHS. If it's on VHS, it locks it into a certain era. and all the movies from that era, like pre CD, just right before it went to right before it went to DVDs. You know what I'm saying? Look, all that 95, like even there's a Steven Seagal movie that I just watched about these oil rigs in Alaska, and it was basically predictive programming the BP oil spill. You know what I'm saying? Strangely enough, too, today I was getting a Flint Lives Matter t-shirt, and I was chatting at the dudes and telling them about how the water situation is like, it was like they was already poisoning the water before lead. Now they can just say, oh, it's the lead, but they were gay bombing us with bug pheromone chemicals and fluoride and like basically Prozac. They put Prozac in the water and a bunch of like gay bomb chemicals, which basically makes you a sexual maniac. Like, look, and all confused and stuff. You know what I mean? And you can see that it's like it probably affects certain age groups and certain minorities different. So it's hard to tell who's gonna catch who it's gonna work on. Because fluoride, it says, look, like fluoride, they've been since they basically said it, the people who are white or Caucasian or whatever have been self-dosing themselves with fluoride for so long that they're basically immune to it. But the Mexicans are about half as susceptible to it, or the Latino looking ethnic group, or just dark people, brownish people, not white. But on blacks, it has like 4 times the effect. It affects them the worst. So I imagine it'd probably be similar to that. But what's crazy too is I seen a video about Mothman has been in Chicago like over the past few years. They've spotted him, and look, I swear I spotted Mothman or something that looked like Mothman. Freaking this weird winged creature, big white thing with a weird shaped body with wings on the top. And then that was before the Flint water crisis. Oddly enough, I mean, this is so strange. Then today, it's like I just made this video called the screwface situation, where I basically was saying how Donald Trump acts like the Les Grossman from Tropic Thunder. And there's a part in the movie where he's talking to these Flaming Dragon, this terrorist organization that's Asian, and he's like, I will rain down in a godly freaking firestorm on your ass. You're going to have to call the UN and make a binding resolution. Look, and I was talking about how the dude in the movie keeps telling everyone that he's going to rip their tits off. And I was like, dude, that's like, that. I didn't even realize how accurate that actually is, because now Trump basically said he was going to rain down fire and brimstone on Kim Jong-un. So it's like, this stuff is pure theatrics. That's what I'm getting out of this. It's like, even though it's real, it's still a freaking soap opera somehow. I mean, I don't know how they masterfully pull this thing off. But it's like, the curtain's getting pulled back. People are waking up. And there's so many Trump predictive programs. Actually, in Die Hard 3, this woman said she would marry Trump. And then this other person, Bruce Willis, is talking about Hillary Clinton in the freaking movie. That's basically, it's the plan what they were going to do with 9/11. And this has been broadcasted back since kind of like Goldenfinger. But if you look, Ronald Reagan was talking about a New World Order, the Star Wars program. Rain down a godly firestorm with the Star Wars program. Which kind of goes almost back to this whole, with the Tesla energy thing. I mean, this stuff is so connected. The Star Wars program is based off of speculations about Tesla's stuff, his research on this alternate forms of energy. But and then there was also some implications that some kind of electromagnetic weapon was used on 9/11. That's also covered up with the plane, drone, hologram, whatever it was. But it's crazy that like, look, they bit it's like kind of like when you're fishing, right? And then you can feel something tugging on your freaking lure, or it's like they definitely bid on the freaking whole Les Grossman thing, or I just that was like my profiling skill is like look of what how I was reading this guy, and just because you can't read just the person, you also got to read the spread, man. Like look, the situation, the circumstances. It's the person, their circumstances. There's different factors, but you can make a basic general profile, right? And it was kind of like I got a bunch of hits on the freaking the insane corporatist, CEO, freaking God complex type of vibe that the dude's giving off. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know the guy personally, freaking. But this is from what they show. This is the image that they've always portrayed him as. So all I'm doing is just I message received. I see your message, and yeah, it was pretty accurate that because it wasn't even. This was like a week ago, and then in a week, there's already a reply from the big from upon high. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, this is kind of like, look, it's an ego. These people are ego tripping like so bad, dude. Even like the Kim Jong Un playing the flaming dragon type of character in this game, this this play. That's more like what it is. It's like they're performing in a play. They're all freaking actors, man. Basically, that's what this is starting to look like. It's a big freaking act. It's a magic show. It's a con game. It's a con job. What are those called? Grifters. This is what I'm seeing here. It's a big swindle. There's something afoot, and there's many things amiss in this day and time. But if you read in between the lines, you can see that none of this is necessarily by accident. That it's a script, and they're just playing the script. I mean, like I said, it's the fact that they're running a script is the fake aspect of it, that they're being deceivers. Fake, not real. But what's real about it is the implications of these jokers playing around, dude. And it's like really, literally, they're playing with your life. It's like you're so worried about your tax dollar. You got these psychos spending your tax dollar on defeating you by putting you in a freaking concentration camp and indoctrinating everyone around you and just basically making it a prison planet. You're so worried about all these things, but you're not really worried about the real big issue here. And it's it's pretty freaking sad that people can't see that that it's not a game, but these insane what are they called? Egomaniacs or something like that. Megalomaniac. These guys, they make orders and people really do die. You know what I'm saying? It's not. There really is collateral damage. And they don't care about friendly fire. Sometimes, man, it's like it's really look. They don't care about the consequences. It's like so it's if I believed in the strong delusion, I would be really like worried about everything even worse. But it's still is pretty bad. It's like because a lot of people do believe in it, and so these Pied Pipers are hyping. They're hype man in this thing and fanning the flames. And look, literally, real people are gonna die. A lot of people is gonna have to die now. Basically, because they're Machiavellianists. It's all double speech. It's all crafty speech. It's all engineered political rhetoric. Jargon. It's all mumbo jumbo. Double speech. Fork tongue, silver tongue, snake tongue. Backstabbing, no good, low down, dirty dogging out here, and it's just so evident and apparent But you know, that's the thing. When you get that bad, normally these people in it are all going to devour each other.